Hello, this video will demonstrate how to merge families in TrackGene. So what we've got here is a pedigree where Devon's been referred to us, and in entering the family history we've entered details for her mum, and often how it will happen is that we'll get a potential duplicate to say that this person's already in the system, and so we can have a look at the pedigrees. And indeed, if we go into this one, and we scroll across, and yep, Celia Andrew is already in an existing pedigree. So what we want to do is obviously merge the new family onto this existing family. So we'll just close the families down. Okay, we'll just close that one down as well for a sec. Okay, so what we need to make a decision on which family we want to keep, and so because this was the pre-existing family, we can keep that one, but it's arbitrary as to which way around we do it. So what will happen is that we right-click to say Merge Family, and this brings up our wizard, and it goes through and it does say which family ID is going to be retained and which family ID we'll lose. So we scroll to find our family that we want to merge. And so that's it there for today, and when we click merge, it says confirm that we wish all of the families will be allocated new UPNs, and this particular family number will no longer exist in the database. So it does give you a warning there, and we say OK, and also any duplicate individuals will be managed manually, and we can have a look at what happens there. So we can see that that second family has now disappeared, and so now when we open up our existing family, and so what we can see is so these new individuals are here on the pedigree, and we need to link those up. But obviously Celia Andrew is duplicated at the moment, so we need to resolve that, and so we need to pick which one we're going to keep, so whether that be UPN 6 or UPN 31. And often the easiest way to do to assess which one we're going to keep is to open them up and go to the events list. And so I've got an address and a doctor information on this individual, whereas if I go to this one, and we can see what information we've got there in the events list, I've got some clinical features and a process there. So we do have information there that we'll need to copy across, because if we deleted one of those individuals at the moment, obviously we'd be deleting some of their associated data. And so what we can do is we'll choose that we'll retain UPN 31, and again, often it's arbitrary. If there's more data on one individual, it's easier to keep that one, but arbitrary as to how it's done. And so I can use my control click to highlight those two individuals, and we'll go into the data entry grid. And so there was a diagnosis and a process on that individual that I want to copy across. So we'll open those two data entry grids. So here I've got the data entry grid for processes. So this is the one on UPN number 6. So what I want to do is copy that row and paste it onto my UPN 31, so that we won't lose that data because it now exists in both places, and we can save those changes. And then I get the data entry grid for diagnoses, and it wasn't diagnoses that we had, it was a clinical feature, wasn't it? So let's try that one instead. Okay, so we can copy that row again and paste that onto UPN 31, and so now that data is not going to be lost. So now I'm confident that I've copied all of the data that I need from UPN number 6, and so now I'm actually able to just delete that individual. Okay, and so what we can do now is create the sibling relationship between these two. So we would need to join Celia back up to this sibling group. So I can right click, select relation, and select the sister, and this will move Celia back down to here. And so now all of that family information and our referral for Devon is still there, and now they all exist on the same pedigree. And just for peace of mind, we can open up this one and see that we've now got all of that information there that we copied